Lesson 4. Accounting. The balance sheet. Part 1. A canary in the coal mine. Now pay attention to this because it's important. Creditors get paid first, before the shareholders. Only once creditors are paid off do shareholders receive anything. If the company fails to make a debt payment, it's in default of its loan agreements. Under that scenario, the creditors can take over the company. The shareholders can lose everything. Look at the graph on this slide. It illustrates the different payoff scenarios for both the debt holders and equity owners. The x-axis shows the value of a company, including both its shareholders' equity and all its debt owed. The y-axis shows just the value of the company's shareholders' equity. The red horizontal line shows a hypothetical level of debt owed by the company. The green diagonal line shows the value of shareholders' equity for different levels of company value. The dotted purple line marks that point where the company's value is equal to its debt. At that point, the shareholders' equity is worth 0 because debt gets paid first and nothing is left over for the shareholders. For any point left of the purple line, the shareholders' equity is worth 0. However, to the right of the purple line, as the company's value increases, as you move further to the right, the equity value also increases. Let's discuss another hypothetical example that will solidify in your minds the difference between liabilities and shareholders' equity. Let's say your auto dealer friend tells you there's a Pagani Zonda for sale. Asking price is $1 million. He tells you that's a bargain because these cars usually sell for 3 to 5 million. It's one of the most exclusive sports cars on the planet. For a time, it held the fastest lap time on Nürburgring, a famous racetrack in Germany where cars are tested to see who is king of the hill. It turns out that you don't have enough money to buy your dream car. You can take out an auto loan. The interest rate is 10%. So, you would have to pay $100,000 a year in interest payments to borrow the money. An auto loan is debt financing. If you take out a loan, the car is yours to use whenever you want. However, if you miss a payment, you lose the car. To your big surprise, your parents offer you the money for the car, but they have a few demands. Money from your parents is like equity financing. They own a piece of the car in exchange for the money. If you borrow from your parents, the good news is you don't have any interest payments. The bad news is that they want to use the car every weekend. Now, do you see the difference between debt and equity financing? Have you ever heard of the saying, a canary in the coal mine? It refers to something or someone who serves as an early warning of danger. Here's the historical context. Miners used to take canaries into coal mines because they were more sensitive to dangerous gases than humans. If the air was toxic, the canary would sicken or die before the miners themselves were affected, giving them time to evacuate. Too much debt on a balance sheet is a financial canary in the coal mine. It's a major warning sign. Again, the risk with too much debt is that if the company fails to make payments on the debt, the lenders to the company, called the creditors, can take control of the company away from the shareholders, which I hate to tell you is you if you own the stock. You want to make sure that there's not so much debt that a bump in the road destroys your car instead of just shaking you up a bit. In this metaphor, the car is a symbol of your money.